Hey guys, sorry about the interruption. We had to start again. If you're here, please let me know you're here. Sorry about the interruption. If you can just share the link, please. Welcome Malika. Welcome Emmanuel. I think the issue was from my end. Good. Thank you. How do we share the link? How do we share? Okay. Can you just let me just share the link here so someone can just share it on the group. Please help me share the link on the group. I'm having issues logging into my WhatsApp from my desktop. All right. Please help me share it on the group very quickly so we can just continue and wrap this up. Yeah, we're back online again. We're back online. Please help me share. Just copy that link and share it on the group so that those on the group can see it. I'm having issue logging into. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Good. Please let's just wait for them to join in. It's not their fault that we went offline. All right, guys. So just tell me what you think about what you've learned so far. Just tell me what you've learned so far in the comment section. Just before I continue sharing. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We are going up 14, good number. Yeah, we're back online. Welcome back. All right. I'm just trying to wait for us to get to at least 20 so that we can run on and continue. So I don't think it will be fair to them, those people who were here previously, to just log off, to just start, and they would miss out on it. Yes, so catch you soon. The devil is a bastard, though. Like he wants to make us lose out on this very important session, very important life. All right, you know what? Let's just continue. They will just join us where we stopped. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So very quickly, let's go on to continue. So we were on fiction books. So if you're just joining this live right now, this is part two of the first live. do very well to watch the first one before you come in. So, what are fiction books? Fiction refers to literature created from the imagination, mysteries, science fiction, romance, fantasy, chick lit, crime thrillers are all fiction. Do you understand? These are all fiction. Things like literature that focuses on imagination. Is self-implied. Fiction being non-fiction, very real. You understand? So fictional is just a fiction of your imagination, like we say, right? So you have things like mystery, mystery thrillers, things like vampires. If you can articulate these things into a story, if you are good with writing stories, I promise you will make a lot of money on Amazon. In fact, let me not just be ahead of myself, but I'm just going to tell you this. One of the very profitable niches on Amazon Kindle is fiction books. The reason is because you will have fiction books that have part one, part two, part two, and you know how engrossed you always are in a story when you're reading a story about some happenings. You know, you always want to see the next chapter. So people like that can write 10 chapters. So every 3 months there is a new chapter. Every 6 months there is a new chapter. And you see everybody literally sometimes you see people waiting. When are you bringing out the next chapter? When are you bringing out the next chapter and all of that stuff? So that is fiction book. Remember, we've spoken about non-fiction books, right? And this is really what fiction book entails. Now, the sub niches in fiction, you have things like novels, you have things like storybooks, and then you have things like bedtime stories. Now, in novels, you will agree with me that just things that are just fiction of imagination. You just come up and think about an occurrence and all that stuff. 90 or 80% of the time, novels are not really real stories, right? Even if they are real stories, oftentimes the characters, some of the characters or the things that the characters will do are just added into it to just make it, you know, worth it, to make it very nice, to make it look okay. This is I love this story. This story is nice and all that stuff. All right. So that is literally what novels cover. Then you have storybooks. Storybooks, for instance, in Nigeria, I remember then there was a time we read Chike Goes to School. Chike Goes to School is a storybook. You see how enticing it is. So you can write storybooks as long as you can resonate with the US audience, and you can write. If you are good with English, you are Chimamanda. And you can articulate good concepts, good stories, and articulate it properly in such a way that people can you know exactly the Nanny Boy series. People can buy into them. I promise you, you are making you'll be making money, 5, 6, 7, $10,000 in a month. But again, like I said, you need to pick what works for you. That's why I'm just showing you all of this stuff, so that you will be able to eventually pick, excuse me, eventually pick what truly works for you, right? Then you have things like bedtime stories. You know very well that if you are in Africa, and that's why our audience is the US audience. I'm not telling you to write a book for Africans because, again, most of the books you'll be selling on Amazon will be selling for $12, $14. $14 right now in Nigeria is almost 23,000 naira. Tell me which Nigerian will buy a book of 23,000 naira that is a book that is not school for school. It's not even medicine and surgery or law or something. Do you understand? A lot of us will not even buy books like that. You know that. But for these people, $12 is not so much. $10 is not so much. Yeah, it's still so much because it can still get you a lot when you go to the mall, or you go get some groceries. It's still going to do a lot for you. However, it's not really, how do I put it now? It's not so much for them. So they can buy this book. And also, bedtime stories are things that relate more with people in Western countries. If you know that, I mean, I don't, there was never a time where any of my parents read a bedtime story for me. And I am sure that 90% of people in this life right now, Your parent never read any bedtime story for you. Like who bedtime story? You don't chop. You don't chop fufu. You've eaten. You are good. Then go and sleep, or go and do your assignments. If you want bedtime story, read your books, right? So yeah, these are sub niches. You know, she said, Mr. said we listen to Tales by Moonlight. Catches on says who bedtime story? Exactly. Who don't chop belle? You need to have fed properly before you are thinking. Very plenty. I can tell you, bedtime. They came back. They are tired, and you are telling them to come and be reading bedtime story for you. Or when it's like you want to, it's like you're not serious with your life. So yeah, so this is not something that can sell here, but it can sell. That's why our audience is the US. Do you understand? Um, Oluwatosin says it has started rolling again. Please, if you can hear me clearly, let me know you can hear me clearly and you presentation clearly. Please, thank you. I might really have to call my network providers to come and fix this. I'm not sure why. If you can hear me clearly, please let me know you can hear me clearly. All right. So next is micro niche. This is focused on fiction. Remember, this is focused on fiction. Okay, good. So this is focused on fiction. So you remember what we did here is we talked about the sub niche under fiction, which will have things like novels, storybooks, bedtime, and all that. Then we are focusing now on micro niche under fiction. Now, when you talk about novel, there are children novel. That's a micro niche under fiction. So when a buyer, a potential parent, and when you're writing a novel, a children novel, you need to also bear in mind that um, you're not. Thank you so much, Mister. When you're writing, you need to know very well that you're not selling to the child. You're writing the children novel for a child, but remember that it is usually a parent who would buy the book for the child on Amazon Kindle. So you need to, don't worry, I would explain to you how all of this work when we get to this point, right? But you need to be able to micro niche in such a way that when you are trying to write a book, you know that it's a parent that would buy this book. However, it's a child that will read the book. Do you get the concept? So every time you start writing on Amazon Kindle, first thing you want to ask yourself is that if I was living in the US and I am going on Amazon right now to buy a book for a child, what will I be searching for? Then you now know that okay, if you're coming, you want to buy children novel, you are focused on. You're not just going to come on Amazon and write novel. That is why it's important to micro niche. There are people who are already established in this industry who once they write any name they give it, they know that it's for children. But for you, you need to create your graphics, your cover, your book cover needs to be very enticing. Don't worry, we'll cover all of this, right? Another very important thing that needs to be covered is adult novel. There is a book, you write, children novel, then there is adult novel, right? Focused on just adults. Now, this one is an adult that will be buying it. Secondly, it's an adult that will be reading it. Then there is novel for teenagers. Now, I'm just trying to explain that this is basically about micro niching, niching down, down, down. Now, there is micro niching, then there is the niching where you just where I don't know what to call it. Is it macro niching? Is it macro now? But whatever is less than micro, Jesus, I should know this. Macro, there's macro. Which is bigger? Macro or macro? Should I call it nano? Nano niching? Anyone? Nanosecond, whatever. All right. But the point is, excuse me, you have to sometimes some industry are so saturated that you have to go beyond sub niching, you go beyond niching, beyond sub niching, beyond micro niching to another level. You understand? Okay, macro is bigger. So macro, micro, and then the next one. All right. So basically, You need to know how to focus on these niches. It is extremely important. See, you cannot overemphasize the need for this. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. I have to. I've been working all day. I promise you, I almost shifted this live session to tomorrow, but I just told myself because I had a prayer meeting I needed to attend before this, and then I needed to present to prepare this presentation. So it was just a lot for me. But you know what? We have to get this done. All right, guys. So you need to understand it. You don't just write book on Amazon. It is very important to have sub niche, blah blah blah, micro sub niche, micro niche, and the whole niching thing itself. So let me just run. Then we come to no content book. This is actually a very interesting one. This is not very hard. Do you understand? This is not very hard. Catchison says God will strengthen you. Thank you so much. He said, "I'm minister. Mind yourself." I didn't say God is your strength, boss. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. After this live session, we'll still have some things to do before we go to bed later on. So now we get to no content book. No content book is usually okay. Money says macro is bigger. Thank you. Oluwatosin says sorry, please take water. Thank you so much. So no content book is usually oftentimes, to be honest, is very nice, very easy to do. However, it is extremely saturated, and you can tell why it's saturated. Anything that is easy, 20 people will just start doing it. Anything that is easy, you just hear people, you just see people, everyone wants to do it, everyone wants to jump on it and all that. You get what I'm saying? It's because it's easy. It's because it's easy. That's why everybody is jumping on it. Sorry, I had to attend to a client. So it's because it's easy. That's why everyone is jumping on it. So it's very important for you to understand that. Um, it's very important for you to understand that. Yes, I want to make money from Amazon Kindle, and I want to do what will make me money very quickly. But it is also very important to Eagles I said, please hydrate. Thank you. Yes, I just did. It's very important for you to understand that anything that is simple, a lot of people will run to it. Anything that is simple, literally, people would run to it because they just feel like, this one are easy. I will just do this one. I'll just create drawing book and all that, right? So the concept of micro niching comes much more alive when you're writing content books. Like you need to take it to another level. Do you understand? Excuse me. Do you understand? You need to be so detailed with your niching, such that even if the big guys are doing well and making money online already, you would also make money. For instance, I hope you know that there are already established brands out there also in the US who write books. Do you understand? For instance, the London publishers. They are very established companies already. It's like Macmillan in Nigeria. They are very established. So these people are also doing drawing books, coloring books, and all that stuff. So there are people who once they come online, they just go to Macmillan straight if you're in Nigeria, or London books if in the UK. London publishers. All right. So it's very important that you micro niche as much as you can. The idea of micro niching comes much more alive when you are writing a no content book. Now, what are no content book? What are the types of no content book? Number one, drawing book. Now, a drawing book is simply a book that all you have to do for a drawing book is just design a cover, and that's it. And then uh, you design a cover, and that's it. The remaining is just going to be empty pages that you just duplicate and duplicate. So you can make it 20 pages of a drawing book, 50 pages of a drawing book. Literally, it's very easy to do. Very easy to do. But the point is, you have to micro niche if you need to succeed. You understand? If you have to, for instance, if you're writing a drawing book now, Valerie says this is going to be quite challenging. Yeah, it's going to be challenging, but of course, there is going to be there is the reward. Anything that is challenging is also rewarding. Um, Nonish MD says avoiding procrastination is key to allow the motivators and reinforcing positive principles for success. Yes, so you have to motivate yourself because at the end of the day, look, you are all you have. Ayodele Ojo, Valerie Ojo. I'm lost. So, guys, for drawing books, you have to like niche down to the core, and like niching down can be, for instance, you can write coloring book. You can say you are creating a drawing book for um there are kids that like um anything that has to do with Disney or whatever. So you can just create a Disney drawing book, Disneyland and all that. You can just, it's a niche. It's a niche that is beyond micro niche, another level ahead of micro niche. So you're not just going to create a drawing book. You must make sure that the cover of your drawing book is so enticing. Like it just preaches to a particular set of kids. For instance, you can create a drawing book for um, incapacitated children, for um, kids that cannot walk, or kids that have issues with their data. You can just, and then you would realize that you are the only person in that niche. First thing when it comes to niching is you have to search. Is this a thing already online? Is this existing already? So imagine you create a drawing book for kids that cannot walk. Like literally nothing special about the book. The content of the book is still going to be simply blank pages that they can draw on. But what you have done is you have been able to focus on a particular need that people just want. People just want sympathy. Do you understand? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I had a little joke. Oh, okay, great. Now another no content book is notebooks. Now notebook is also quite straightforward. It's almost the same thing as drawing books. Don't worry, I'll show you how you can do this. It's almost the same thing as drawing books. All you have to do is to, the same way notebooks are, create lines and all that, and then create the margins and all that. And then the important thing you're designing is simple, your book cover. That's it. You design your book cover, and then you design a single page of, you just create lines. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you the tools you would use to do that when we get there. All right. You just put lines and everything. And basically that's it. Please, if you're on this live, like this video. Very important. Please support me by liking this video so that more people can see it. All right. So that's also about notebooks. Then the next is coloring books. Now, coloring books, this can be a little bit um, of much more work. And I placed it side following each other, knowing really well that one is bigger than the other. Coloring book is usually great, but it's a little bit more complex than drawing book. Drawing book is just a plain page. Notebook is just, so for drawing book, if you just create one plain page, if you like, you put margin. If you like, you do not put margin. You just have to duplicate it, duplicate. If you want 50 pages of it, duplicate 50 pages, and that's it. You've done your book cover, you've done your internal content, your interior, which is a plain page, duplicate it, and your book is ready. So literally, you can create a coloring book in 20 minutes, a drawing book in 20 minutes. The work that comes with drawing book is um, um, usually the niching down. And then when it comes to notebook, the same thing. You can create a notebook in 30, 20 minutes, 15 minutes self if you're good, if you've done it recurrently. You just have to create your lines and then duplicate the interior. You just have to create one page. Remember, one page is going to be the same for all of them. Even if you want to put page number, it's not you that will push the page number. It's the software we'll be using that will put the page number for you. So literally, you just have to duplicate how many times you want it to show. The next thing is coloring book. That's what is dicey. For coloring books, um, you can create the same thing for. You can create the same book, the same object. For instance, you have to create one. The first page might be a leaf. The second page might be a tree. The third page might be a car. The fourth page might be a cup. So that might be quite that. But again, it's not really as difficult as it's not very difficult also. It's just a lot more a step higher than drawing books and notebooks. So these coloring books you have to, create demarcations, you know, have them paint and all that stuff. Basically that's really that about coloring books. So you have to create different pages with different images and all that stuff, right? So you can just come up with different concepts. Don't worry, I'll show you that. Not very hard. Now the next will be journals. Journals is very very important. It's quite dicey because people come on. You buy journals too. You create journals. How to plan your day. Journals that you can document using to document and all that diaries and all that stuff. So a micro niche under no content book will be notebooks. So under notebooks, you have things like notepad, you have things like children notebook, you have things like diary. You'd agree with me that the need for notepad is different from the need for children notebook. The need for children notebook is different from diaries. So you have to be able to, you know, work that properly. Now, what do you need? The first thing you would need to do all of this is Canva. Another tool you will need Canva. Now, for Canva, you can either use the premium. If matter of you actually need the premium Canva. To be very honest with you, you need premium Canva. But do not worry, even if you don't. I promise you, I am tired of sitting. I really wish I can stand up right now. Oh, but don't worry, I'm fine. You Canva, you need the premium Canva, but do not worry. Usually, when you join Canva, if you're not on Canva already, your first month you get your first month is usually a trial month. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I'll tell you regardless. If you don't have money on your second month, it's Canva is usually $23, I think, for a year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's about 202, maybe $3 right now, or $2.9 for a month. Do you understand? So please hold on. I think I have a referral link for Canva. I'll send it to you. If you have not registered, I might send it to you so that you use it to register. That might just, I think there's some commission on that. So if you are starting right now, at least for the next 1 month, if you use free Canva. Um, Thank you, Katison. Thank you, Valerie. For the next few months, you'll be using free Canva. For the next 1 month, you use free Canva, so you don't need to pay anything. It's premium. So they'll give you a free trial. So after you've done the free trial, you can, and hopefully by before the month runs out, you're already making some good bucks from Amazon Kindle. Then you can, pay for a month or a year, regardless of however you want to do it. Um, like I said, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I'll tell you that when I started, what I did was if I open a new Canva account today and it expires after 1 month, because I didn't start making money in the first 1 month because I didn't have all this information you guys have right now. I learned everything I'm teaching you right now. I learned the hard way. If you get, that's why I'll keep telling you that you are really, if you stumble upon this class, you're very privileged. So what I did was after the first 1 month, I was not making money. I did not have money to register, and my Canva Pro has expired. My free Canva trial has expired. Simply what I did was I used a different name, a different email to create another Canva account, and I used a different credit card or a different ATM if you're in Nigeria to create another Canva. After that one finished, I use another name again, use another credit card, like that, until right now I can afford to pay for Canva myself. That tool we'll be using is bookboats.io. Um, bookboats.io looks like rather. Bookboats.io. Some of you might know this already. Some of you might not. This site can't be reached. I don't know why, but I can't reach bookboats.io right now. So, you know, you guys have not seen my face very well today, Abby. So, um, yeah, Ojo said, "See secret though." Yes, yes. See, when you want to make money online, you have to be very smart. You have to be extremely smart, and I mean extremely smart because you need to find a ways. You need. Jesus, did I just say you need to find a ways? Oh my God, what did I just say? You need to find ways to mitigate some of the hurdles, some of the challenges, some of the things you cannot afford. You cannot afford it. So would you and you need it. So you need to find a way around it. Do you understand? It's not illegal. It's just you finding a way to help yourself until you can now afford it and pay. Because trust me, when you start making like $5,000, $3,000, $300, $400 online, how much is $20, 20 or $27 or $23 that you cannot pay in a year? As a matter of fact, if you can't pay 20, if you start see there is life is governed by principles, right? Sometimes you have to pay for certain things in order to get the blessing that is attached to it. You understand? So once you can now afford to pay for free Canva, I'm intentionally showing you guys my face. Me too, I want to. I've been seeing the screen for a while. So once you can now afford free Canva, why not pay for it for free? These guys gave you for free to use it for 1 month, and you duplicated the usage. So now you can now afford it. Then pay. Do you understand? Then pay. At least they did a good job to give you a free tool. You see, do you know, sometimes we think that I am paying for it now. Do you know it's a privilege that some people actually came up with an idea and created a tool for you. For instance, right now you can the book cover will be designing is on Canva, and I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. If there are tools to there's a way you go about it, like you create very good book cover. Do you understand? It's on Canva, but imagine if there was no Canva. Some people will say, and there will be alternative. What if there is no alternative? So the fact that Canva actually there's Canva is one of the tools that has helped me the most. Do you understand? Um, Mr. I said the African in me wants to be looking at you while you speak. I know, right? I know, right? I know that. That's why I had to, had to come back like this. Um, David says remarkable. Barry says Barry is laughing. So you have to eventually pay for it. Another thing you will need is bookboat.io. To be honest, I don't know why all of my browsers are not opening, but at least YouTube Live is working. Praise the Lord. So you will need bookboat.io, you will need Canva. Another thing you will need is where's my presentation? Okay, other things you will need, I will show you in the class. I might not be able to show you right now, but I would acquaint you with all of that stuff in the class. All right. You see now Moses happy. All right. So I would acquaint you with that stuff. So very quickly, let me go on and continue. We're about rounding up for me. So I'm tired to be honest with you. We're about rounding up. You will need bookboat.io, and of course you will need many other tools that I'll be showing you. You'll need many other tools I'll be showing you. If you can see my screen, my presentation, and you can hear me clearly, please let me know. Please let me know. I would wait briefly. If you can see my screen and you can follow through, please let me know. Eh, you can't see the screen. Why? Why can't you see my screen? Why can't you see my screen? Okay. Okay. Yes, just hope you can see my screen now. My screen is really not showing me. Interesting. Okay, I think you can see my screen now. Good. It's live now. Yeah. Sorry about that. You can see my screen now. Good. All right. So, the next thing we want to be focusing on, like I said, we are done with what you need. Next thing I want to be focusing on, of course, profitable categories. Profitable categories. Profitable categories. Now, the most profitable category among all of these I've shown you, I'm very exhausted, but we'll keep going. The most profitable category is fiction. Yes. However, this is not for everybody. And it is not for everybody simply because, like I would always say, not everybody can write stories. And it takes a lot to write a fiction story or a novel. You know that you can't write a novel in 2 days, except if you want to write rubbish. It takes a lot to write stories, to write a novel, a lot to write a fiction book, a lot to ideate, a lot to come up with those imaginary stories. You can't. It's not something you can do in 1 day. Even normal content book self, you need to take like 2 days, depending. Like at some point, I was writing 2 books of like 3,000, 4,000, what's it called? 4,000 words, 40,000, 30,000 words. I was doing that. So I'm just trying to say that eventually you will go to a point where you can write 1 book in a day, but not now. You can't do that right now. Like I'm saying, like the more you get, but when it comes to fiction book, you can't do it. However, it is the most profitable. You know me, I will tell you the truth. Doesn't matter what it looks like. I'll tell you. So, fiction, novel, bedtime stories. The reason why it is the most profitable is because once one of your novel does well, you are set for life. And I don't mean like you have set to you will make money online small. You are set for your entire life. I promise you. If especially except if you know you except if you're there doing for village. Except if you have some spiritual forces holding you back. If you believe in that anyways. But um outside that, fiction, because why I said you're set for life is because, for instance, if you write a novel and imagine there is the story is not complete and there is an extension to the story, people will be begging you to come up with a part two. And once a part two is ready and you are good enough to make it as good as the first one, there are times where you watch a movie and there's a movie right now in Nigeria, Merry Men. You know, the subsequent Merry Men, they were just there. The first one was nice, second one was not bad, but subsequently it was just for me it wasn't holding water. It didn't make sense to me. Do you understand? So it becomes very important that your what's it called? It becomes very important that your next content is as good as the first, so that people who came in the first time and bought and are requesting for a part two would buy. And once your part two is good, that's how you keep going. Part three, part four, the story will end. And once the story ends and you are coming up with another and you probably, by the time the story is ending, you're already writing another book because you want this same crop of audience to follow you into your next story. You're already telling them, you probably create another different story out of the same story, and then you see people moving with you. Then the next thing, um, someone says, can we use AI for helping in writing fiction novel? Now, one thing that is with Amazon is that if you copy a book and paste it on Amazon, Amazon will know. It will tell you that this is it. Amazon, it won't upload it because it's copyrighted. Do you understand? Chris Evan, welcome. Malika is asking, can we use AI for helping in writing fiction novels? Do you understand? So there are tools that have been set in place to actually check for, uh, books that are written by AI, artificial intelligence. However, there is a way around it. You can write a book using an AI, and then you use another AI. It's called Quillbot, which is also one of the tools we'll be using. You will now use another AI to paraphrase it and make it in such a way that um, other AIs will not detect that this book was created using another AI. Do you understand? But I mean, if you use an AI to create a non-fiction book, the question, like, please be asking your questions right now. That's why this is a live session. Ask your questions so I can answer right now. It's easier this way instead of coming to. If you have questions that are unanswered right now, you have to wait until Sunday live session after the next module before you can ask your questions. If you use an AI to write a book, the challenge with that is, will you tell the same AI to write chapter 2 for you? Do you understand? You can't tell the AI to write chapter 2. That's even assuming that it can flag. Then there is the thing. Then there is plagiarism. Do you understand? Hope you know that right now there are AI checkers. Once you write your CV and use an AI, an artificial intelligence to write your CV, or use ChatGPT to write your CV, there are human resource right now that once you send in your CV, they just send them to use AI. The AI will tell them which CV was used, which CV used ChatGPT, which tool was used to create this, which tool was used to create that. I'm talking about things as simple as CV rather, curriculum vitae. As simple as a curriculum vitae. If you use ChatGPT to write it and you send it to what's it called, a company, they have tools too they would use to flag it, let alone creating a book. Do you understand? So scratch that, please. That's my best opinion, my best honest opinion. Ojo says, so one can produce and publish in chapters. If yes, how many pages do you advise per chapter? Um, I think this has to do with your creativity. Audio is good. Someone says audio is good, but visual is a black screen. It's not. I am also checking what I'm doing on my screen. Can you see? So if it's not clear, I can see myself. So I can see that it's showing here. I'm also streaming live using another mobile device. So I have to see. There's another here. So so um so yes. So I would not advise that you please ask your questions. I really want you guys to ask questions. If you have any confusion, ask. But if you're not asking questions, I will take that to mean that I really presented properly or nicely. Right? So that's that about using AI. So scratch AI, please. Forget you have to put in the work. You have to work hard. All right. So then the next in the respectively in the list of the profitable would be content books. Content books are very, very profitable. Very, very profitable. Very, very profitable. Especially if you get a trending book. There was this time I made about $100 in a single day selling a content book. What I did was, I'm going to tell you that subsequently. I won't tell you now. I'll tell you how I did that in a day. That's like the highest spike for me at the time I started. The most sales I made in one day. 100. I was jumped because you would understand that this was like my introduction to making money online. So imagine that was it $100 or around $80 thereabouts. Let me not exaggerate. It's around $80. And I remember it was close to when I was going to make withdrawal. So I withdrew like about 100 and something dollars. $100 and something. That's why I withdrew. So I remember this day when I made that sale, I was literally jumping and dancing. I was so elated. I was so happy. I was so excited. Please like this video. Why do we have 16 likes and we are 26 on the live right now? At some point, we're even 30. Please like this video. All right? Please like this video. For everything, the least you can do is to just like, all right? So there is a way. So the next, after fiction books, the next profitable will be content books, which is what we'll be doing most of. We'll be doing more of content books because it's easier, straightforward. It's something you can do, something you can create. Anybody can do that, but not anybody can write it. Not everybody can write a fiction book. However, if you have money to spend, you would also make money on Amazon Kindle. For instance, you can write a story. You can go on Fiverr and get people to write a story for you. You understand? Go on Fiverr, get people to write a good story for you. You know, very good story. In fact, the same person that wrote chapter one might not even be the same. The same person that wrote book, the number one, the first book might not even be the same person who is writing the second book. You understand? Yeah, Valerie, I saw that. I'm just trying to round up this line of thoughts before I answer the question. Sorry, Mr. Ojo. Ojo. So, um, for the fiction book, instead of using AI, I would rather that you hire someone from Fiverr. It's very easy. For instance, um, YouTube channels. Not every YouTube channel you see out there is that it's not every YouTube channel that has someone behind it. Some YouTube channel simply use people, freelancers. People create the storylines. Somebody is doing the research to see what is the best profitable or what is the most trending topic right now. Somebody will create the video, and then a videographer, somebody will edit the video, and then the person does publishing. In fact, somebody else will do the keyword research for you. If you have the money, why not pay people to do that for you? And then also, if you have the money, after the book has been, you can also pay someone to design a book cover for you, a very nice, beautiful book cover for you, right? Because you know what, there is no way you can do a good job as someone who is a professional. Advice would always be, if you have money, don't go stress yourself. You know, you can reach out to me, private chat me, and then I can lead you, guide you on how you can do that, how you can get someone to write a very, if you're talking about fiction, and then you can get someone to, design a very good book cover for you. The next thing also is you can also pay Amazon, there's Amazon ads, just the way you have YouTube ads, you have Google ads, you have Facebook ads, there's also Amazon ads. Um, I might not teach that in this class. That is something for maybe my premium class and all that stuff later on. The premium, let me even say, give this information. The premium class will be open 1st of April. If I'm not, if 1st of April, for those who want to join the premium class. But before then, I need to see people would have started making money here already. Because I need to see people making money here first. The premium class will start very soon. So yeah, if you have money you can use, why not get someone to write a very good story for you? Remember, you have to proofread it and all that stuff. So you don't have to pay if the book is not good. Then you can get someone to design a very book cover for you. Then you can now publish it on Amazon. Then, in fact, if you even want to push it further, you can now do a sponsored ad on Amazon so that it can, get in the face of more people, and more people can actually buy it. There's actually a lot of money from running ads. There a lot of see Amazon Kindle is a big, it's like it's like Alaba market. If it's like it's I'm just using that as an illustration. Of course, it's bigger than Alaba. If you're in Nigeria, Alaba is a big market in Lagos State, Lagos, Nigeria. So it's a big Amazon is a people. I promise you, people are making $14,000 in a month, $20,000 in a month on Amazon Kindle. You can get there. It's just a matter of your vision. You can start by writing content book, and then eventually when you start making money from it, or low content book, depending on what you decide to focus on, when you start making money from it, then you can decide to now focus on other things, right? So the next will be low content book. I'm trying to show you my face And but I don't want to take out this screen so that I will start to struggle with it. The next is low content book. I mentioned earlier that low content book is easy to create, but um, it's very saturated. But people still make a lot of money from it because a single person can buy a hundred books. Once the person goes through your book and notice that it's good, one person can buy 100. But you will bear with me, witness with me that one person cannot buy your book on finance 100 of that. Very rarely would that happen. Do you get? Now let me answer a few questions. So just says, so one can produce and publish in chapters. If yes, how many pages do you advise per chapter? That will be dependent on your story. Do you understand? So you want to write any book. When we start writing content books, I will explain to you. The least you can write for a content book is 15. Recommended, the least you can write is 15,000 words. Like the entire book should be 15,000 words. Then you can now compartmentalize that into different chapters. Bear in mind that you have introduction, you don't have forward. There's no forward, just introduction. Then you move then to your content, then you move to your chapter one. And then the most important thing, it's not necessarily just make sure that a chapter is not too long and not too short. And then make sure that you connect the chapters very well. For me, that's it. Chapter not too long and not too short, and make sure you connect the chapters very well, such that the same person who read this chapter wants to read the next chapter. You understand? So yeah, so yeah, you can do that. None each say plagiarism is a yeah, plagiarism is a factor. Peter said, what about PLR books? He, PLR books, PLR is not 100% free. There are free PLR books. A lot of YouTubers talk about PLR books, and I do too sometimes when I create these short videos and all that for people on Amazon Kindle. But like I would always tell you guys, YouTube videos are like a tip of the iceberg. You just see it, but the full package is usually beneath. Do you get? So yes, PLR book work, but they are paid. You can also subscribe for PLR books and then get premium books that you can actually work on. However, even for PLR books, you need to remember that you're not the only person that is actually going to see the book or purchase the book or want to publish it on Amazon Kindle. So, and then there is a high chance that the plagiarism tool you're using to quill the tool you're using to check for or plagiarism for the or to quill it or to change it into something else. This tool, I'm going to have it. We're going to have it for the premium class for free. For those joining the premium class in April, for free. Uh, and all that stuff. Like I told you guys, premium class is going to be people who I can see clearly that they are performing well here and they are making profit already. Yes, there's going to be a fee for the premium class because there's going to be a lot of benefits there. But then again, to be honest with you, I don't want people or serious people. I really don't care about the money. There's only a fee because it's important that you recognize. Once you know you're committed financially, you are committed, you commit heart, body, and soul to, you know. So that's about it. But there are so many benefits. But I need to see that you're doing well here too. And all you're committed. Even if you've not started making money, I can see that you've written books. You can show me proof. You can show me what you've done here so that I will know that okay, when you now have access to better information, you will not mess it up because we want to make sure that everybody there is making there's a goal, everybody there is making money. Everybody is making money because we have 20 people on a group and 18 people are making money and two people are not making money, then you are justified. It's not your fault. In fact, if 15 or 12 or 13 people are making money, that's still not very justifiable. Long story short, so PLR book work, but again, like, it is what I said earlier. Um, David said audio is good, but visual is the black screen. It's actually clear now. Yeah, he said it's working now. Abiodun says, what level of expertise is needed for one to start writing book? The level of expertise I will show you in the next module. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do that. You don't have to know how to do it. I'll show you step by step. You just have to be very determined. You understand? When I started to By the time, though from a very young age I was writing books, I've always been a fan of writing and creating and just creating content and all that. But then again, about writing on Amazon is bigger than you. It's bigger than your desire to just write books. It's way way bigger than that. Um, G Lord FX says, so how can I create a book when I have no idea how to write a book? Very simple. Just keep following. I'll show you guys that in the subsequent module. Don't worry, the next module is not going to be a live session. It's going to be a normal module. You can just follow through. Create. I'll show you that. Mr. Jose, you haven't attended to my question. I have now. Um, he still says, Mr. Ojo says, writing is part of my flavor. Awesome. I can switch from textbook to two particular niche, from textbook to two particular niches. Awesome. That's beautiful. Malaka says, what's the total cost on average of getting a team to build the book? Um, that will be dependent on what is obtainable on Canva. Prices change. Also, that will be dependent on the level of expertise you're looking for. On Canva, they are top rated, which are people who have a proven track record of doing this successfully. And then there are people who are just coming up and all that stuff. Yes, you can leverage these people. People who are just starting up private accounts who have gotten few gigs here and there and have done well, good reviews and all that. Mind you, reviews are things people can pay for also. I'm going to do a freelance class, so I'm teaching how you get reviews. So reviews, you can get reviews. So reviews does not generally mean that the person is good. All right. But when you see someone having like 100 reviews, 50 reviews, that can be bought. That has to be real or genuine. So the costing and all that stuff will be strongly dependent on the level of expertise you're looking for. There are people who are very good, extreme, even Fiverr gives them that. So you could use that. So that would mean that the cost will go up. Any site, Valerie says, any site, please start asking your questions. We're literally done with the class for today. The next thing is simply talking about the next module. So this is the last this thing for them. So ask your questions now because we are going to end this live very soon. Please ask your questions. Um, Ojo said any site to check out trending niches, Amazon Kindle. For instance, if you want to know what is selling the most in Alaba market, you go to Alaba market. Do you understand? If you want to know what is selling the most in um, if you want to know what is selling the most in any market, the only way you can find out is go to the market. I will show you that. No worry, I'll show you that. Yeah, Malaka said top rated. Yeah, so that's one way to know the books that are top rated in the industry, or you could tell that the top rated book just it's a normal simple search self, but there are some intricacies to that. Promise says, hi Phil, will you be able to assist me with a phone number, please? That's what I need to complete my setup. You remember, have you followed through on all of the classes? Kachison actually created a way you can actually verify your phone number. If that does not work for you, you have to get someone who outside in Europe who can give you the phone number. If that does not work, you can message me privately. You might have to buy a phone number. It's around $6. You can buy a phone number that you can use to verify your account. It's around $6. But I didn't mention that all along because I don't want you guys to spend a single penny. So if the first option, the two options don't work, then the other alternative that I can recommend, right, would be if you getting someone abroad does not work, you the Catchison's step does not work for you. Catchison did it. You're right. If you want to know, just ask in the group. Especially on Telegram, because you can go back and read messages. Then you might have to buy for $6. All right. Nani said, "Did you take a course on communication?" No, I did not. Okay, our live session has come to let me end this. Let me end this presentation. I didn't take a course. I didn't take a course on. Mm, um, will I say not a course per se, but I always speak. I speak to people every time. I speak to people a lot of the time. In church, in school, I've always been very vocal. Like if you have a presentation and you need someone to speak, and they want to speak for. I've always had a flair for public speaking. So I just learned little here, little there, little here, little there. Listen to very prolific speakers and learn from them. Just take a little here. These things just build over time. You just a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there, and then before you know it, you just notice you are good. You don't even know where all of the pieces came from, but that's where it came from. So yeah, if a course per se, I didn't take a course on communication, but I just kept learning, just kept improving every day. My vocabulary, or my presentation, communication, how to link, how to use storytelling to keep people engaged, you know, all of that stuff. So you just learn gradually. You said you seem to connect perfectly with your audience, and this helps to reinforce learning skills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want to teach, you have to learn to communicate. You have to learn it. It's very, very important. You need to find ways to keep your listeners engaged at every point. You don't want to lose them, because once you lose them, the whole essence is gone. Whatever it is you're teaching, it's gone in the air. So you need to make sure that as you communicate, you need to make sure that it is very engaging, it is very enlightening. It is and it's fun. It's fun. I learned the most from teachers who are fun. So YouTube is also one course I'm going to treat in this class. You guys are very lucky. How to, you know, do you know that I got to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is what you need. One of the things, then 4,000 watch hours. I got 1,000 subscribers and about 2,000, almost 3,000 watch hours in the first 3 weeks I was on YouTube. I'm not kidding. I promise you. Before I disappeared to go and face my life, to face work, then come back again. Do you understand? So I'm going to be teaching you. YouTube can make a lot of money from YouTube. I promise you. Last week, excuse me, this week, right, rather earlier on this week, I needed some funds, and I couldn't, because of the whole bank regulation in Nigeria right now for foreign exchange and all that. I just used, I just withdrew from my crypto account, because what I worked with a client from YouTube who paid into my crypto wallet, and then I just went to withdraw the money. Simple. So you can make a lot of money from YouTube. A lot of money from YouTube. Plenty money, matter of fact. And in fact, it was after I was trying to withdraw from using my different platform, I realized that, oh, you can actually do P2P and all that stuff. That was when I created a video on my channel, how if Binance is not working, you can use Bybit and all that. So if you want to create a crypto account, you can use my Bybit account. Do you understand? So one thing just leads to another, and the next and the next and the next. That's how this journey of life is. Malika said, could you give price range for top rated versus average rated team? And top rated can charge you up to $100 to write a book. 150. In fact, some as high as 200, 300. But for average, you can get $20. In fact, you can get $10. You can get 15. You can get 30. Thereabouts. That is to write a book for you. That's what she's asking. But for top rated, 50, 100, like that, very high. We're done with class, so the next thing is the next module, which I'm going to. So I'm just taking questions. So if you are tired of seeing my face, you can go to bed right now. But I'm just here to. I'm just answering questions right now. Don't. I'm not giving out recharge cards today because I couldn't. I didn't step out today, so I couldn't get, and I didn't have anybody to ask to get for me. I've been. You see this laptop you're looking at? I'm talking to you from right now. I've been on this laptop from the moment. The only thing I did outside being on laptop was that I I what's it called? I showered in the morning and I brushed my teeth and then I prayed. and then I cooked at some point. Yeah. So yeah, outside that, I've been on this laptop. In fact, not just this laptop, two laptops. One is still this is the one is in the sitting room right now. So I just say thanks, boss. You're welcome. Olatosin says, don't forget our airtime you promised last week. I did not forget. I didn't forget. We'll do that on Sunday in the live session after the next module. That will be answering questions on Sunday. I won't forget. I didn't forget actually. I was just very busy. I was very swamped today. This like I said, this live session is happening by the grace of God. I didn't even expect we were going to. I thought I was going to. If you notice, I didn't send a message in the morning. Until yeah, tomorrow is very busy for me. But I'll start creating it tomorrow. It will be ready on Saturday. Um, Ego, I said I am ready to learn. Oh. Promise said, hi Phil. Are you on? Are you on Messenger? What Messenger? iMessage? Are you on Messenger? I don't understand. Please rephrase. Are you on Messenger? I don't understand. Please rephrase. Um, Snail Farm said, I hope you have from. Yes, I do. I'm just on. I just haven't been using it lately. In fact, let me even wear it. Sir. I think I look better with itself. Yeah. So, um, Barry Udo says, I'm answering questions. So I'm just that's what we're doing right now. We're done with the life. Barry Udo says, thanks a lot, Phil. Today was just amazing. I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to learning more. Absolutely. You're welcome. Katisa said, God bless you, Mr. Phil. You're welcome. Mistura said today's class was a whole lot of fun and as well as educative and resourceful. Thank you very much. Dearest Mr. Phil, thank you very much, Mistura. You're welcome. Malaka said, what kind of team did you use, if any, for your first successful book? Oh, Malaka is asking premium questions. Questions I should answer in a premium class. Should I answer that? What kind of team did I use? It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, to be honest with you. First you go on. This has to be. I'm struggling between answering this. This, to be honest with you, this is something I should answer in a premium class because it's a total step-by-step guide. Matter of fact, I can even give my recommendation for that. But I think let's focus on. Let's not be ahead of our shadow. Let's focus on what we have right now. Malaka, why did you delete it? I saw it already. Okay, okay, that was not what you did there. Oluwaton say thank you for the class. Even though you are tired, you still came. Still, God bless you and strengthen you. Amen. And Snail Farm say Messenger is a message app attached to Facebook. Oh, Facebook Messenger. Yes, yes, yes. I do have them. I am on Messenger. But message me on WhatsApp if you need to reach me. I might not reply immediately, but eventually I would reply. Or Telegram. Message me on Telegram. Telegram preferably. So you see, I drop messages on the group. I respond to messages every now and then. So if you need to reach me, just private message me and all that. Abiodun say thank you, boss. You're welcome. So guys, with this we've come to the end of today's session. The next module will be dropping on Saturday. So once you see it, you like I always teach you to do. First, watch the module from beginning to the end. After you're done watching it from beginning to the end, then you can now start watching and practicing. When you watch it from beginning to the end, you jot down everything that you will need and jot down everything you understood from it. Then when you watch it a second time, if in fact you can watch it a second time again, but it's usually boring. But a second time you can now start practicing. A lot of people have been telling me that they do not have laptops to do this. You cannot do this on phone, and that's just the honest truth. You can't do this on your mobile phone. You can write books on your mobile phone, but I mean, you're designing a book cover, you're going to design a book cover on Canva, and it's a lot of technicalities and all that. If you can, I know you want to make money online, but and I'm trying as much as possible to make this as make it as possible for make it possible that you don't spend a single penny. Malika, mind yourself. Yeah, ask question, but you want to force some things out by fire by force. I like it though, but I can't. The team I use that's quite that's something I have to like sit down and structure. I can't. But I just go on Fiverr and really look at people who are very good, and that's not just Amazon. A lot of other things that I need to do. You have to automate a system. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe reach out to my DM. So you can't do this. You need to design a book cover. You need to design a book cover, and imagine that you want to design a book cover on your phone. Imagine you're designing a book cover on your phone. It's stressful. Stressful. You won't get the right resolution. You won't know because how it looks on phone might be different from how it looks on laptop. A lot of people outside the country will use their laptop. We use their tablets and all that. Some will use a very few will use phone. So you might not be able to get the perfect resolution. Then when it comes to writing books, content books, you need to do there is what is called formatting. Formatting is a entire module by itself. You need to know how to write your book. Then when you now finish writing your book, then you need to format it. Then when you format it, you need your book cover. Now when it comes to formatting, it needs to be on a desktop so that you can or a personal computer so that you can now know, the shaping, the margins, the orientations. All this will not be possible on your mobile device. Very difficult. So please and please, if you're here and you do not have a laptop, borrow from a friend. It's worth it. If you need to borrow from a friend, if there's no way you tell me there is nobody around you who doesn't have who come on, there has to be someone around you who uses a laptop. And there are a lot of people who don't even use their laptop for anything, they just have it. I remember there was a time a friend of mine needed a laptop. She got a laptop from someone who wasn't using it. uh so that is that. So guys, thank you so much for this for your time. I don't want this model to be too long. um if you have any message, ask me on the group, and then the next module will be available on Saturday. Thank you. I hope you guys got value. Please, I need you guys to do something for me. Go on the group and just anything you learned, just drop it on the group. Anything you learned. All right. Malika said, thank you so much for taking the time to do this live presentation. It was very informative and valuable. You're very welcome, and I appreciate your comments. Please, thank you very much. Peace out.